Good morning and welcome to Let's Talk Real Estate, presented by the Cisneros Realty Group at Keller Williams, servicing the New Hampshire Lakes and White Mountains regions. Today's show is sponsored by Blue Water Mortgage, Summit Title, and Allstate Insurance, the Joe Suazo office in Derry, New Hampshire. Time to join our host and Let's Talk Real Estate on 101.5 WEEI Sports Radio, Lakes Region.
Corina, 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 I love you so.
And we're back. This time, we're here with a very special guest and friend that needs no introduction, because if you have been living in the Lakes region since forever, you know Patty Kresco. Now, Patty and I know each other from George's Diner, where I usually have breakfast pretty much every day of the week. And Patty and I were talking about real estate, home ownership, and she started to tell me about a young lady who she knows that wasn't very excited about buying her first home. And then we got talking, and she told me a story that I want her to share with you about her experience when she bought her first house and so on. So, Patty, welcome to our show.
Thank you. It's great to be here with you.
Oh, my God. It's an honor. I was so inspired by your story. So tell us about when you first bought your house.
So I bought my first home when I was single, and it wasn't my dream home. It just kind of happened, and I thought, you know what, this beats renting, and I'm going to have something in the end, whether I turn around and resell it or if I stay there for whatever length of time. But I can do what I want,
Yeah.
and I don't have any landlord to tell me yay and nay about anything. And so it seemed like common sense to do that.
So you were able to qualify for a mortgage,
I did get a mortgage,
and you bought the house.
and I bought the house.
Okay. And you were single back then, right?
And I was single.
Okay. And then what happened in your life after that?
So maybe 2 to 3 years later, I met my husband, and we decided the place was too small. I mean, we did live there for a short amount of time, but 2 doors down from where I bought became another property, which was much larger and a little bit more suitable for the two of us to be if we wanted to start a family.
Yes.
So we had the opportunity, and I thought it's a great opportunity to do that. So that's exactly what we did. And I had bought my house relatively reasonable when I first purchased it, and I'd been there at this point 5 or 6 years. So it seemed like I didn't have to sell that. We had some money saved to do the second home. So I said, hey, I'm going to keep this house and I'm going to rent it out, and that's going to make us a little bit of money.
Okay. So that's when you became not only a homeowner, but you became an investor,
That's right.
because you kept that second home and you rented it out, and you received income for that, correct?
That is right.
And that was enough to pay that mortgage, maybe?
It didn't pay my total mortgage on my
Yes.
second property, but it paid a good portion of it.
And it allowed you over time to build wealth
Yes.
through real estate.
Yes.
And that is a big lesson. I want everybody to hear that, because today you can still do the same. Patty started it a long time ago. Today's young professionals who are renting, they're going to do the same. So let's keep going on your story. Then what happened?
So after we had our first child, we decided that we wanted to get into the town of Moultonborough. It had that's where I had grown up, and it had a great school system, and it had great taxes. So we were trying to strive to get over towards that way, even though my daughter was barely a year old. So after just about 16 or 17 months, we found a piece of property that needed a lot of work.
Okay.
But it was in the town of Moultonborough where we wanted to end up. So we decided that we would venture over and invest in that property, and we still had the 2 properties in Meredith. So we kept both of those, and we rented those both out, and that totally paid my mortgage when I was in Moultonborough.
Wow. I just have to say that is the American dream.
Yes.
I mean, only in America, if you work hard, save money, you qualify for a mortgage, you can buy another house and another house. And then what happened?
So after we had my second, my son, and we decided that the house just needed a lot more work than we anticipated. So we ended up getting rid of that house, selling that house. Actually, we didn't want to continue to invest in that any longer, but we bought another house where I still live. So I have been at that house for 20 years this month.
Okay, so you went through 3 houses to get to your current house,
Yes.
which was and maybe still is your dream house.
Yes.
Now, do you still own any of the other houses?
I have one of them that I
Okay.
still own. Yes. So, and it was my first one, believe it or not.
So if you were to give a piece of advice to young professionals who are renting, what would that one piece of advice be?
well, if you can strive to get to that one piece of property, even though it's not where you want to be forever, it doesn't have to be, but it's the best start you can ever do for yourself to work towards something that's going to be yours.
Oh, and that's, I have to say, that is a mother speaking to everybody out there who's listening. Always try and get to buy your own home. Okay. Well, Patty, it's just lovely to see you today. I always see you at George's Diner, and I look forward to seeing you at George's Diner when I go there almost every morning.
Well, that's always a pleasure to see you.
And what do I order usually?
You have an omelet
With what?
with provolone, spinach, and mushrooms.
And peppers.
And peppers, yes.
Excellent. Okay. All right. And by the way, it's a really good omelet. So if you haven't been to George's Diner, go to George's Diner. Everybody knows where George's Diner is. Okay. Thank you for being on the show
Thank you for asking me.
and sharing that wonderful story.
Thank you.
I find it very uplifting.
I'm glad.
Okay, good. All right. So join me next Saturday morning at 8:30 a.m. for another episode of Let's Talk Real Estate. And if you or someone you know is looking to purchase a new home or sell, please contact me at 603-273-6160. You can also find me on Facebook, YouTube, or on our website at nhlakeshomes.com. If you missed today's show, no worries. The video and podcast are available on letstalkrealestatenh.podbean.com. And remember, mi casa es su casa, and my name is Corina, like the song Corina, Corina. Until next week, play my song.
Corina, Corina.
Let's Talk Real Estate is presented by the Cisneros Realty Group and sponsored by Blue Water Mortgage, Summit Title, and Allstate Insurance, the Joe Suazo office in Derry, New Hampshire. Let's Talk Real Estate is a production of Modern Media LLC, CRG TV, and MR Strategic Alliance LLC, all rights reserved. Join us every Saturday morning at 8:30 and Let's Talk Real Estate with Corina Cisneros, Realtor, on WEEI 101.5 Sports Radio Lakes Region.